What is up, GH peeps? What is happening? It's your girl, Tawari Babes, coming at you with a late night review for Monday. That's right, folks, it's Monday, June 24, 2024. June 24, 2024. Y'all know I just realized that. Anyway, I hope you guys had an amazing weekend and an even better Monday. Did y'all catch GH Sunday Shift? Did y'all catch James Lott and GH Sunday Shift? That show was hot. I was all tuned in, guys. All tuned in. And let's see, I had a good weekend now. I watched a lot of classic General Hospital. I started from 75 all the way up. I'm at 78. Yes, guys, I am doing an all dig in about the Heather story. I am going to have the goods. I'm already halfway there. I just want to fine tune it. I know I said I was going to release it, but guys. GH is trying to pull a Fanuza Fanazzle on us. But we'll talk about that later. I'm going to do shorts. I don't think I'm going to do an actual show like I do for my another thing. I think I'm going to do a short and do it year by year from right before. We'll talk about that later. Anywho, how was GHing for you guys? Any highs? Any lows? Ooh, this is the only highlight I am going to talk about, and then I'll do the rest of it in the show. Michael Easton and Jane Elliott, honey. Tracy Quartermain brought it, baby. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Those two deserve an Emmy. If I don't see Emmy nods for either one of them for this performance, I'm gonna tell you right now, it triggered me. It brought me back to that little girl walking in. I don't want to get it because I'm sorry. I'm gonna get emotional again. But it was triggering for children that were born in houses, raised in houses that had alcoholism. It was triggering. It brought me to tears. Made me call my mama. Yes, it did, folks. Had me call my mama so I could hear her voice. And just tell her how much I love her and just thank her for so much for choosing life. You know what I'm saying? Choosing us, you know. But anyway, let's talk about it, guys. Please leave your highlights and your comments in the comment section. You guys know I love your highlights and your comments. And welcome new subscribers. Hey, welcome to the couch. Thank you. I hope I earned each and every single one of your guys' subscriptions. But let's talk about it because GH was giving, boo. Anyway, we're going to start this off with Carly and Jagger. So they cheers and taking down a bad person or individual. And here I was just praying that Carly didn't hit him in the head with that bottle. I'm just saying, because she already know what he was up to. And Jagger thinks he's leaving within the week. Boy, this case ain't even halfway close to being closed. But I'm going to say something. Don't y'all come for me. But that man in them baby blue eyes, I mean, they so blue. And they just take it in. I was like, Trey, stop. That's exactly how it was. Them baby blue eyes, man. I'm telling you right now. Fire! And I can't even stand Jagger. But if he was to look at me with them blue eyes, I don't know. I might have to just clutch my pearls a little bit. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to say something else. Don't y'all comfort me, but I can't help it. It is so sad that we still... is it sad that I still would like to see, him and Carly do a little fanangle badangle, a little pow pow wow wow, without the guns, of course, saying little liaison, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, guys, but them eyes had me like clutching my imaginary pearls. He got some beautiful, beautiful blue eyes. They're just like pools of blue water. Okay, again, because y'all like Twerry. We know we can't stand Jagger. I know we can't stand Jagger, but when he looks at you with those blue eyes, it kind of be like, huh? You say you're using my best friend in love to put me in jail so that, you could use him for blackmail? Just keep looking at me with those blue eyes. Anyway, so Jagger says he really did enjoy her company. And I'm like, if this wasn't the way it was, and somebody said they should have brought homeboy back as Ingo. I mean, not Ingo, as Jax. I would have loved that. Could you see the, because he too good to let go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have preferred they not even bring Jagger back, that they would have brought, like, Taggart back, because Taggart would have fit that role way better than Jagger. First of all, that could explain why Taggart was gone. He went working for the FBI. He was undercover this whole entire time, trying to bust the pikemen. It would have made so much sense if that was Taggart. Plus, with the animosity towards Sonny and Jason, because Taggart had built-in animosity towards Jason and Sonny. And Trina would have got her for real daddy back. Okay, so it would have been so much better if they would have brought Taggart back as, you know, the guy that's working, you know, the pikeman case, and put Jagger, well, I don't know what Blue Eyes' real name is, as Jax. Okay, because Bren, it ain't gonna happen. We all saying Carly and Bren. Bren is bad. Brennan is bad. And even though it is a natural draw between those two, he bad, y'all. He bad. Okay? I don't see that happening. But Jagger, the guy who plays Jagger, he definitely could have been Ingo. I mean, not Ingo. I keep saying Ingo. Because Ingo ain't coming back. He done pissed off the execs, tried to sue, talking all that. He gone. So that means that Joss don't get a daddy? I'm just saying, it would have been a better play if we would have went that way. Getting off my soapbox. So she tells him to give her a call, Carly that is, if he ever gets severely beaten again. I don't think she meant that in a good way. I don't think that was a good way. He feels like his luck is on his side. And as he walks away to leave, she tells him, it's not going to be for long, bastard. Carly is hot, okay? And some part of me actually thinks if she knew that he was really after Anna and not her, that she might have got a little rise out of that, because Carly can't stand Anna. Carly is now sitting there flashing back to her and Sonny's conversation and realizing that she was the deal. And that's when Spinelli comes to visit. And Carly don't want to hear nothing about Sam and her fragileness, okay? And, neither do we. Neither we, Carly. We over it. Sam has just went from here to there to everywhere. I was on Soap Spaces on YouTube. I love me some Sam. I do. But Sam ain't getting no love from nobody. Everybody like, They're making fun of the woman's lips. Okay, I was doing that too. But damn. Come on, we got to bring Sam back now. But anyway, she don't give a dammity damn about what Sam is thinking. And Spinelli's like, whoa, honey, I am not here for that. I don't care what she's thinking either. She mentions Jagger was just left and that he was probably trying to seduce her. And Spinelli's like, wait a minute, what? How did that happen? What? Did he try to make a move on you? And that's when Carly... She's so pissed. She was talking about, I would have stabbed his ass. I was like, oh, Lord. And the sad thing about it is I believe her. We all should believe her when she says that. Carly ain't lying. How she was bringing that thing around her eyes was like, woohoo. Man, Laura was bringing heat today, honey. She brings up that Jason missing out on their kids. Jason's kids missing out on their dad is all her fault. And it ain't right. And she needs to fix it. So she's turning herself in. And Spinelli's like, oh, wait a second. Don't do that. Now, guys, when he first said that, I was thinking that he was, it's because he didn't want to get himself in trouble. No, that's not what Spinelli came with at all. And Carly's like, well, I would rather go to prison than let Jason be blackmailed for any time longer. And she got Diane. And Spinelli's like, well, I mean, yeah, Diane is awesome, but this is something serious. This is RICO charges. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking Diane could have wiped the table with that charge. I'm just thinking, because it was, I'm just thinking. But whatever. We're going to move on. But he brought up a thing. What happens to Donna if she can't? And Carly, when she said, I feel that, But I am in no more none. She is not more. She is no. She is no. She is not more important than Jason. Jason's kids. Danny and Jake didn't have their dad for almost 2.5 years. They lost years with their father because of me. So despite what Sammy Sam was saying, like, Ellie, you only think about yourself and you only did it. Now Carly's feeling that because she's a mom. She's a mom. She's a mom. So she's feeling that. Spinelli reminds her that Jason's kids at least had their mom. Donna wouldn't. And Jason knew that. And let's just be real. With all the things that Sonny was going through with the Ava and all that, I wouldn't, girl, you would have called from jail and Donna would have been in our house with Ava. Carly would have escaped from jail. Escaped from jail to get her baby out that house. Because after what Ava, I love me some Ava Jerome. I do love me some Maura. I'm not going off of my Maura. But I'm just saying, after the Morgan situation, Carly would be dead in hell before she let Ava be around her daughter. Her daughter. No. You got one kid, you won't get this one. So I could definitely see if worst case scenario, Sonny, this stuff still happened and Sonny had Donna in the house with him and Ava. Anyway. Spin tells her, no, I'm sorry. She's all mixed up and mad at Jason, but she's also moved because he loves her. He knows she did this out of love. And Spinelli tells her that he would do that for Maxie in a heartbeat. Because as like Jason loves her, he loves Maxie. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to see no Jason. I don't want to see no Carly and Jason. I'm sorry, folks. I am not for that teaming whatsoever. Can Jason just be his own man? Can he just find somebody else to date, like, let's say, Jordan? I would love to see some Jason and Jordan. And we already know Jason has had the brown sugar before. His very first girlfriend. I don't know if that was his first girlfriend, but that was the one to me that mattered. That's when I fell in love with Jason Quartermain, when he started dating the Ward's girl. I cannot think of her name. I'm kicking myself for that, but that was my favorite relationship. And when he broke her heart, I was so mad. And I was mad because that was what all of us young black girls wanted. She was up there. She had the hottest man on the show. I'm just saying, Jordan is beautiful. And I don't want long neck, nasty babies just Drew breathing on her neck, on her skin. I never ever wanted that. It gives me ews and queases to think about it. And why does Jordan have to have everybody's leftovers? Come on. She can have Jason. Jason can have her. I'm shipping that. Anyway. I'm not shipping Carly and Jason. And I love Carly, but I do not want to see that. Let me see. He tells her, if you love Jason, then you have to let this go. Spinelli reminds her, if she does turn herself in, that everything that Jason sacrificed will be for nothing. Narrator says, of course Carly will not let this go. Sneak Peek says she's going to go see Bren. And Spinelli's like, I know she ain't gonna let this go. Because she even says, I'ma find a way. I'ma do something. I'ma find a way to get him back. Spinelli's like, oh God, Sam, thanks a lot. We are gonna head on over to the TJ and Molly's place. Guys, this this is the epitome of you can't have your cake and eat it too, guys. So TJ apologizes for being a controlling butthead. But Molly makes him work for that apology, honey. And TJ like, nah, boo. We gonna talk this out. He apologizes. And she once again then confesses that she is scared of Christina taking the baby. What if we were wrong to trust my sister? Girl! At first, you were wrong to trust her. We all can agree with that. Secondly, girl, you cannot keep saying these things, then getting mad when TJ reacts. She can't, it's like, oh, I don't want you, but I feel it. I could talk shit about my sister, but you can't, because I feel that way. I definitely would not want my mate talking corn touch about my sisters. I myself can, though, but you can't. I love you, but you stay in your lane. That's my sister. So I guess I can see that. But you still can't have your cake and eat it too, girlfriend. But by this time, TJ tells her they have to give Christina a chance and have faith. Molly brings up that Christina said that she didn't want to have kids, and that they were the ones who really wanted to have kids, and that having kids was on Christina's furthest mind to do. Woof. Well, that changed, didn't it, guys? That changed. They discuss life with baby, and they end up making love. And guys, all I can say is that this is about to be a battle. And we were right. We were right, just like Alexis. Couples fight, and I'm gonna say this again, and I might get somebody mad at me for saying it, but this is exactly how I feel. If Christina would have had way more healthier relationships in her life, if she would have got to see healthy relationships in her life, she would know that couples fight. It's a couple thing. Because you know how she was acting like, no, not TJ and Molly. They never fight. They've been together where they should have communication skills by now. Girl, bye. I know people fight till they dead, honey. Sometimes the fight is the spice, okay? And I'm not talking about physical fight. I'm talking about a little tiff here and there. But she done made all these jumps and these hoops, and this couple is strong as ever. So I feel bad for Molly and TJ, because even though I felt like Molly really didn't want a baby, she just kind of didn't. She only wanted the baby because she found out she couldn't have the baby, and then the whole entire rushing and really not honoring TJ's feelings when they lost the first baby. I still feel bad for her. I really do. This is just not going to be right for the whole entire family. And guys, what if while they, getting it on, what if Molly get pregnant? Get pregnant. I know they said with her endometriosis is not going to happen, but folks, in the real world, my cousin got pregnant 3 times, and hers was probably a little. They told my cousin she would never be able to have kids, that she would never be able to carry a kid. She left town, got married, and had 3 kids. Now, fortunately, I'm not gonna talk about her business. She had her babies though. Okay, beautiful babies, a boy and a daughter. My other baby didn't make it, but that was from other reasons. But she had 2 beautiful children, so it can't happen. So what if she gets pregnant? I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. We're going to move along to Sunny's place. Sorry, guys, my camera was sliding. So we're going to move on over to Sunny's place, and Christina has brought her dad some fresh organic garlic. I'm like, well, that's a smart way to get your parent to cook for you. P.S. I love cooking with fresh garlic. It's the best, okay? Sunny offers to cook for Christina, Blaze, and Natalie. And there's a little joke about Sunny being a vampire. And I'm like, nah, he's a gangster. And I remember somebody was talking about that, and I think it was James Lott Jr. I think it was him. And it was somebody. I could be wrong. I don't want to quote him and say that he didn't say that. But somebody said that, this is Sunny at his finest, and that they actually do like Sunny because it hasn't been a long time since they played him as a gangster. And this is true. This is true. The only difference is that Sunny normally had Jason by his side. So Natalie agrees to help and Sunny tells her, well, as long as you know I'm the boss in the kitchen. And that brought me back to when him and Carly used to cook. And he would forever kick her out of the kitchen because he said, Carly, all she knew how to do is make frozen pizzas. So everyone is enjoying the dinner till literally the 5th wheel shows up, who's Ava. And I'm like, Ava, honey, you couldn't read the room, boo. You didn't read the room, boo. She did not read the room. Kyrie, she did not read the room. Okay? I was like, I think you need to leave, girl. And I'm just going to add this note. If Ava just would have told the truth to Sunny about his medications, instead of trying to be manipulative, she probably could have got her what she wanted. But she didn't. She chose to use whatever else she thought she was going to have. And it don't look good. But anyway, Natalie's talking about she got the skills in the kitchen with a high Z. And I thought that was cute, so I wrote that in there. I don't know why I did. But Ava's talking about, well, can I join you guys? I'm a little hungry too. And that's when Christina's like, oh hell no! You cannot sit at this table after you snitched on my mama. Sonny like, what? Huh? Wait a second. What? What's going on? When Ava asked Sonny, was she going to allow this hostility? I was like, girl. Now see, you would have had a little bit of cred if you just would have told that man about his medications. You would have had a lot of a leg to stand on if you would have told that man about his medications. You probably would have got a pass from Christina just because you helped her dad and about these medications. I mean, of course, she would still be mad about what you did to her mama, but the fact that you got her daddy out of this thing that he's going in, I think she would have got a little bit more grace. That's all I'm going to say, guys. But when she asked that, Christina was like, girl, you better be lucky I'm pregnant, because hostility ain't all that you would be getting. That's not what she said, but y'all know what she meant. She brings up that Ava brings up that Alexis brought this on herself and that she lied under oath. And that's when Christina calls her the biggest hypocrite that there is. This girl, you ain't nothing but a hypocrite. I know you ain't talking, Miss Moral Oral. Ava says that she will have this discussion. She will give Sonny the unbiased version at home and saunters off. And somehow, like I said, I don't think it's going to matter, because previews say that Ava's going to get the boot. But we shall see. We shall see. But it looks like somebody might be getting the exit. Ava better come up with something better than what she's going to say. And she better come up with something better than that video that she made of Natalie, because Sonny don't care about that. He don't care about that. If she wants to win, if she wants to stay in, she gonna have to tell him about that medication. She gonna have to tell him about this medication, or she gone. All that she worked for. But it ends up with Christina telling Sonny the lowdown on Ava and her mom, and you already know Sonny is not gonna be happy about that. Moving along, we're at Finn's place, and he's approaching Tracy like, "Where is my daughter?" I'm like, wait a second now, calm down, Tito. Don't nobody scream at Jane, okay? I like you, Michael, but nobody screams at Jane. You need to calm that down. But then I realized, do I really have to say that? Because Tracy is about to check Finn, honey. She asked Finn, do you have any idea what your daughter saw when she walked up in there? And then she starts showing them the pics. Tells him that Violet thought he was dead, that he had died. And I just loved how Tracy dragged out the died. She said that Violet was scared and on keeping watch over you. Violet was scared and watching over your passed out butt. That's when Finn starts to apologize. Tells her he's going to clean himself up, clean up the apartment, and he's going to go get his daughter. He has had a wake-up call. And I'm like, dude, it is way too late for that. Chris is like, no. He's like, what? I said no. You can't care for your daughter when you can't even care for yourself. I just passed out. Oh, so it wasn't a wake-up call? Because it was a wake-up call at first. Now you just passing out from the blood. Huh, Doc? That's going to be kind of hard in your profession to not be able to see blood. You know she got to be Tracy Q in everything she do, honey. And I wrote, did I say how much I love Jane Elliott? I just love me some Jane Elliott. One of the best things about watching 77 General Hospital is watching Jane Elliott. Man, well, it's watching all of them. Ooh, guys, I got some dirt to spill. Monica, let me not. Let me be good. She tells Finn that she has reserved a room for him at the Sky something lodge, and that Violet is with people that care for her. It's a 90-day stay. I don't need that shit. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Finn. I was your biggest supporter, but bro, you doing too much. You let your kid walk in, see you like that, man. You're doing way too much. He mentions going to meetings, but Tracy's like, bro, we way past that now. Meetings are no longer sufficient. Finn's like, now he getting lippy. I'm going to the Quartermains to get my daughter, and if anybody tries to stop me, I'm calling the police. That's when Tracy becomes full Edward Quartermain and politely shows him the video and says, oh yeah, I'm sure the cops would love that. I'm sure they would love all these stills of her sitting over here crying, holding vigil. And I wrote, that's what you call checkmate. Finn asked her not to take Violet from him. He will pull it together. Unfortunately, this is no longer about him. It's about Violet. Nobody wants this for you, Finn. Nobody wants this. And I will say, man, like I said, I was his biggest supporter. I was like, come on, Finn. I don't want to see this, man. Finn with tears in his eyes. That's not me. And Tracy reminds him, this is you now. Doesn't have to be if you get help. I can fight this on my own. No, you can't, Finn. No, you can't, Finn. And she tells him if he doesn't seek treatment, she will use all of her resources to ensure, and her voice breaks when she says this part. That's what tells you that Jane is a prime actress, okay? Because she had dialect, tone. I just love her. Chase and Brooklyn will get temporary or permanent custody depending on what you can and cannot do. And she leaves. Jane and Michael pulled this scene off. It was so heartbreaking. And it triggered the shit out of me that I had to call my mama. It brought me back to those times when I used to walk in and see her. She was not passed out. She was just trying her best to be my mom. But I could tell she was, trashed. And I would have to, change my demeanor from anger to happiness because she was trying to pull it together just for me and my siblings. And then my mama had a lot of hurt inside of her, and that was her way of handling it. Guys, I had to call my mama. I did. Let me stop. But I had to call my mama and hear her voice because I love that woman so much. And even though it was really hard living with her through that, she taught me so much, guys. She really did. And this was so triggering. Whew! At the end, we are left with Finn staring at the picture of Violet and his dad. And they said that he gonna have a worser episode. And I'm like, this is enough. Can he just go and get help? We don't need to see the man completely break down anymore. Just send this man we got this. Come on. I don't want to. Just let the man get help. Okay? We don't have to trash him completely down for him to get help. He was a good freaking dad, man. He was really a good dad. And nobody knows about the hospital thing, about him leaving his job. Nobody knows about that part. So not only did he just walk away from something that he loved, because Finn loved being a doctor, but then he gets his kid taken from him. Now, I'm not saying that this does not deserve to happen. Violet is a child, and she should not be thinking that her dad is dead. That is unalive. I'm sorry. That is horrible for any kid, especially a baby, okay? But don't do this. You've done enough. You've done enough. You've done enough. Especially if y'all not, this is the thing I hate about soap operas, is that they don't show the realism of alcoholism, especially long term. They don't show the realism. We got Nikki boozing for how long? She ain't got no alcohol-induced dementia. She ain't got no bad kidneys. She ain't got no bad liver. It's making it look like alcoholism is a joke. And I don't like that. I don't like that. So if they're going to drag this out, then they need to make it look real. But as far as the Finn character goes, we can just wrap this up. Wrap it up. Have him go into his little 90-day stint. And then we can move on to another story. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see him doing no more drugs. I don't want to see him lushing out anymore. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see all that. I don't want to see that. Him not having his baby, maybe have him go to the Quartermains and get dragged away by handcuffs, and he goes to a bar, starts drinking, crying, and he turns himself into 90 days or something like that. I don't want to see this. He's a good guy. I don't want to see it. There's a whole bunch of people that could have done this too on here, and I just don't want to see it. I'm tired of it. But Michael and Jane, mwah, the chef's kiss, mwah, it was beautiful. We're going to move over to the Quartermains. And we got Chase and Brooklyn, and they're bringing little Violet home. And Lois is, of course, assisting. She's being the ultimate grandma. Chase lets Yuri, hey Yuri, welcome back to the show, know that bro is not allowed on the premises. Violet still ain't sure about not being, and Violet still ain't sure about being from her dad and wants to go home in case he needs her help, which is understandable from what she just seen and her losing her grandfather. This Violet, another chef kiss to her. This little girl has got the acting chops of a grown woman, okay? Chase agrees that staying there at the Q's. Chase agreed. So Lois takes, Brooklyn walks Violet to the bathroom. And Chase tells Lois that it was smart to bring Violet to the Quartermains, because if they would have brought her back to his house, Chase would have been beating on the door. Violet would have definitely heard that. Definitely heard that. And that would have been traumatizing. That would have been traumatizing. Because then she would have been mad at her uncle and her auntie, like, why are you not letting me see my dad? My dad is on the door beating. He's hurt. He needs me. She's a child. She's not going to understand that her dad's just, I want my dad back. Give me my baby. That's all she would have heard, and she would have seen them not letting her go to her father. Oh, that would not have been good for Brooklyn and Chase. And I probably would have ended up with little mama trying to run away, which is going to whole entire another bag of wax. But Chase is worried about the memory affecting Violet for life. And Lois tells him with support she will get through it. I'm going to say I had Al-Anon. And I knew that my mom did not like being drunk. She didn't like it. She didn't like it. She kept trying to get help over and over. And alcoholism is horrible to the whole family. And my mom, I was like Violet. I wanted to protect my mom. I wanted to cover my mom. I didn't want nobody to hurt my mom. It was, I was a Violet. I was a little kid grown up. And no, it wasn't fair, and I'm not mad about it, and I don't hate my mama about it. And if anything, it just brings me back to pain of knowing how much pain she was in, and her still trying to be my mom, still trying to make Easter eggs for me, still trying to give me a phenomenal Christmas, just still trying to be present, even though she was dying inside. And I'm not going to bring up my family history. That doesn't need to be put out there. But she had a lot of pain, young life and growing up. So, and no, liquor and drugs is not a good thing and not a good option to cover your pain. But yes, with proper support, Violet can get through, and especially if she's reunited back with her father. I think that's the one thing that helped me, is that while my mom was getting help, I was also getting help, so I could learn more about this disease, because it's a disease. And it's so funny that I'm not going to talk about it. I'm getting off the soul wagon. So Chase makes a call for help, and Brooklyn lets Violet know that her room will be right next to Chase in Brooklyn. And I think that's smart, because that Quartermain house is huge. And her in an unfamiliar place and not having her daddy could be very scary for a kid. And they both work together in making Violet feel okay. And making sure that she knows her dad loves her, because no one's discrediting Finn's love for his daughter. He loves her. It's just right now he's very sick, and he needs adult help. And I wrote, because this baby is worried about her daddy, and I can't blame her. But damn, Finn, I hate how they're writing him. And Chase don't like it either. He says, I know that this is what we're supposed to be doing, but it don't feel right. It's painful. And that's probably because to Chase, Finn's his big bro. And even though his bro had to go through that first addiction path, Chase still looked at his brother as a superhero. His big bro. His big bro that was going to protect him. His big bro that was going to stand up for him. His big bro. And now he's having to do this to his bro. And it can't feel good. So I felt that. That's exactly how I felt about dealing with my mom. It didn't feel good going through these changes with her, but certain things happening because of her alcoholism. But and it is painful, because you do feel like in some way you are betraying your loved one by taking actions against them when they're hurting themselves. But Brooklyn's got her man's back, and Chase has called Diane. Tells Diane what's going on, and Diane suggests an emergency custody order since Finn has sole custody. Because technically, Finn go in there and get his kid. You can't stop him until you do something and get something in place. You can't stop him. He go in there and accuse all of y'all kidnapping, and that'll be ugly, very. Tracy wants to get a protection order against Finn, stop him from taking Violet, because she doesn't know how this is going to turn out. And guys, all I can say is that this story had me in tears. The acting was phenomenal. Chef's kiss. Tracy was phenomenal. Michael was phenomenal. Chase was phenomenal. Brooklyn was phenomenal in supporting Chase. Violet, the little girl who plays Violet, I am really looking forward to seeing what she does later on in the future, honey. Because if this is her as a child, I mean, this is her as a child. Can you imagine her when she gets older? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's even if she decides to act still. But that little girl got some acting chops, man. She's knocking this out. And her little interaction with Lois when she said, "You got all kind of nicknames for me, don't you?" That is so Violet. And Lois is like, "Girl, you don't even know." I'm going to enjoy her being away from that. Even though I loved her and Finn's relationship, I'm going to enjoy the fact that she's going to have a little bit of a big family feel with, until we can get Hayden. Hayden, where the hell is Hayden? Girl, come get your baby till your baby daddy gets his life together, because you're the only one that can come in there and say, "This is my baby," and you can't take her. Because if the judge will fall for the video, he says, no, I think y'all should not take the kid. He's doing everything he can to get sober. Give him his kid back. Hayden can be the one that can step up and say, "No, not with my daughter, you don't. Not with my daughter, you don't." So I'm wondering if Frank Valentine meant it was going to be Hayden coming back. Maybe he's playing a game. Maybe it's not a man. Maybe it's a woman. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, though. Anywho, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I am going to wrap this up. Let me see. Is there anything I left out? Did I leave anything out, guys? I don't think I did. I talked about everything. Oh, I think I did. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to finish, watching some more. I want to at least get up into the supposed Heather hip replacement accident situation. And like I said, I don't know if I said this because I've had too many takes on this one. GH does not actually show Heather having a ski accident and getting a hip replacement. The actual actress herself left the show because of a hip replacement, and that's when we got the different chick playing Heather. But and that's what they're going after. I'm seeing this, and I think at that time when they were writing it, GH was leaning towards the LSD making Heather go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, honey. And I'm gonna tell you now, Heather had several unalivings. I want to say at least one, and I gotta verify if the nurse she unalived was before or after the hip replacement situation. But it looks like Heather was up to no good way before that hip stuff was going on, and she was quite mischievous, and she loved drugging people with LSD. And since you don't know how much to put in that, and she was just dumping it in like sweet tea, she could have killed Diane. She could have killed her. And she actually, let me stop. That's for later. I'm going to talk to y'all about that later. I love you guys, and good night. You are all truly amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. See you tomorrow.